So softly lighting up the night.
Floating, wavy like the ocean. My physical emotions show my spirit as an omen. I'm in motion like the seven seas. Connect with men and them who think like Elohim. My flow warm like a sunbeam. My third eye shine red like the waters in your bloodstream. Young king, my tongue shine without a tongue ring. My talking bling bling like it's nothing. Glowing like slick brick chains at its apex. You basic if you want love without the hatred. It's dangerous, having faith amongst the faithless. To stay in tune with the ancient and amens. Prayers to the dead and those that deserve killing. Your life is a gift, your presence is Thanksgiving. And to the wise, every day is a holiday. And to my enemies, every day's a borrowed one. Black Storm. Let's do it. I'm Black Hannibal, running through your capital on elephants. Civilize a savage with my elegance. Militant intelligence, run through your defense. Strike like a ninja, slice, cut, and injure. Leave no prisoners, just bodies on the battlefield. I'm Spartacus with a sword and shield. Something like a marksman with cold blue steel. War paint on my face, keep my identity concealed. Advance on your camp like dozens of killer ants. Snatch your king like chess, checkmate is his death. While my team have fun with your queen. Throw your bishops off the roof, your knights flee the scene. I plant bombs in the home of your pawns. The detonation shook the foundation of your rooks. Holding shotguns with double barrels. They impact so hard when it blasts through your body travels. Street Spartacus. Black Spartacus. Black Spartacus. Black Spartacus. Black Spartacus. Black Spartacus. Burn your flag as I overthrow your government. New politics, no Democrats and Republicans. Spiritual systems built by wise men who's true in living. The foundation's no longer Christian. Teaching universally the wisdom of the nations. New currency, no more dollar bills with white faces. No more Caucasian domination. All races participating, cultivating education. The people hungry and they ain't waiting. No more debating. Let's overthrow the haven and Satan. This whole world needs some new changes. Rulers with new faces. It's time to take out the racists. Spartacus from the new ages. From the page to the stage, pull a blade on the money changers. Spartacus from the new ages. From this page to the stage, pull a blade on the money changers.
Face pissed off, miss shit off course. Which way shit's going? Spent too much time in hibernation. Sleep, what went wrong? Things changed from lift off up until the destination was reached. Mind and body weak, gone from the stress on the brain. Lost in the void of space. What does it really takes to stay sane and maintain stability? Is this really me floating in the maze haze of what will I? Could I? Who should I be? Am I destined to weep and cry my life away for all the wrong mistakes I made and take the blame? Damn, This shit is so insane. Just wanna flow free like a river into the ocean. Not headed what for the fucking drain. Life caught up in disarray. System malfunctioning. Made days instead of paydays. Red light blinking. Thinking, where's the green? Hoping this is a dream. It only seems to be a nightmare. Scared, pure fear of the unknown. Where's here? Do you know what I mean? Journeys through the galaxies at light speed. Please, just catch me.
Heart always crying, but my heart won't stay silent. Sky is the limit, but after that I'm not finished. Heart always crying, but my heart won't stay silent. Sky is the limit, but after that I'm not finished.
Yeah, I'm ready for liftoff, like a hooper when it's tip off. Yeah, I'm ready to score, ready for war. Polishing my floor so I can shine like a diamond in the store. I sparkle like the son of Allah, creating rain, hail, and earthquakes, the God in the flesh. And they say God makes no mistakes. From natural disaster to calm and laughter, I'm balancing the scales like a yin-yang master. Emotional intelligence is energy intelligence. The wise use the mind to align with the elements. Health is a benefit. Treat the body like a temple. They creating viruses to end you. State to state, new mandates are taking place. World's using faith as the government vaccinates. Hard to keep your head on straight in this world of the snakes. Reptilians pose as heads of state and Congress. You gotta shine on regardless. Glow amongst the godless, rise in Christ conscious. Free yourself from mental bondage and let there be carnage to the dragon, the beast, and harlot. In Revelation, I got the heart of a gladiator. Lightsaber like Luke and Darth Vader. Training like a Jedi Knight to fight ops to get the crowd jumping like a New Year's ball drop. Let's go!
Heart always crying, but my heart won't stay silent. Sky is the limit, but after that I'm not finished. Heart always crying, but my heart won't stay silent. Sky is the limit, but after that I'm not finished. Heart always crying, but my heart won't stay silent. Sky is the limit, but after that I'm not finished. Heart always crying, but my heart won't stay silent. Sky is the limit, but after that I'm not finished.
Peace, power, and prosperity, family. What's going on? Long time no see, long time no speak. Happy to have y'all in the building. This particular lecture today I had in the cut for quite some time. Shout out to today as well, being 777. All right. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Let me know that the mic's on. Y'all can hear me. I'm not just talking to myself in the air. You know. Want to make sure I tap in with y'all. Say what up. Welcome back. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me. If I don't see any ones, I'm going to think y'all can't hear me. Okay, perfect. I appreciate it. Let me give shout outs to those who are here. We're going to get right into it. Shout out to Regina Harris. Shout out to Stray Panther. Shout out to Philip Boom. Shout out to Hollow Vegeta. Shout out to Eileen Sophia Osun Kemi. Shout out to Trinity. Okay. And I appreciate y'all for coming in, tapping in with me tonight. It's Friday night. I know there's a lot of things going on. You could be with your boo. You could be doing anything else, but you chose to spend your time with me, even though I kind of left you guys for a little while. The reason I'm doing this video, one of the reasons is because I kind of stepped back and I was really just on my grind. I started seeing things materialize financially, and it was just very exhausting, the work that I was doing, but it was for a good outcome, right? Things manifested the way they were supposed to, and they are still. So I have these two lights right next to me. So if you see me doing this, it's not because the AC is not pumping. It's because these lights are killing me. These two lights, but it's all for y'all. All right. It's all for y'all. So I don't want to spend too much time. I want to get into this money magic as the thumbnail says, signs, seals, and symbols, right? So we're going to get into some signs, seals, and symbols, some deity work. Now, the stuff that I'm telling you are things that help me manifest some good amounts of money, right?
not 100, not 200, thousands of dollars, right? And I want to share it with you because you can too. And I want you to understand some of the things that you could use in the spiritual realm or in this spiritual discipline or in this spiritual walk that will help you get your pockets right, get your funds up, right, get your bag, right? Now, at the end of the day, right, there's a lot of spiritual people. Sorry about that. I don't know why this happens as soon as I come on, but a lot of people, they want to get to the bag, right? They want to get to the money. They want to get rich. They want to get wealthy. Who doesn't want to be wealthy, right? Who doesn't want to not have to worry about bills or, not have to worry about finances, right? Put your kids in a good school, be able to take care of them, right? Take trips to where you want to go, right? Be able to live the life of luxury, right? Who doesn't want that? Uh, what you have to do is you have to come to a point of how are you going to do this, right? How are you going to get to that bag? How are you going to get to the money? How are you going to get wealthy, and how are you going to get rich, right? This is one of the things that we all should be striving for, right? We all should be striving to, or at least if you're not trying to be rich, right, at least be comfortable, right? And your level of comfort or financial fitness or financial comfort is really up to you, right? Now, the things I'm going to give you are going to help you attract opportunities, right? Money doesn't fall out of the sky, right? Money doesn't, it's not going to come from a stork like a baby. It's not going to, come out of the ground, right? It's not going to be able to come out of a money tree or anything like that, right? Those don't exist. If they do, let me know so I could find out, right? But that's not usually the way it happens. You usually have to have some sort of vehicle, some sort of, what's a good word? Yeah, some sort of vehicle or some sort of outlet, right? Money flows like a river, it flows like water, but it needs to have river banks, right? You put your money in a bank, right? So the bank is where it holds the money. Money is currency. Money never sleeps. Money constantly flows, just like a river, just like the ocean, right? It really continuously flows, right? Hollow said it does grow on trees. Yeah, the paper grows on trees. You're right. The paper does grow on trees, but there's not a money tree. And if you got a money tree, Hollow, shoot, send me a DM so I could get some of that tree, man, because I want it. But there's a lot of spiritual people that reject money. They reject finances, right? They are like, money is evil, and you have to realize that we've been conditioned to think that money is evil. We've been conditioned through superhero movies, through TV shows, the rich guy, Lex Luthor is rich and a billionaire and he's evil. And we see the world today is run by the rich and powerful, right? So we associate even people in our culture, right? Melanated people, when they become successful musicians, right? They usually say, first thing, oh, they're an Illuminati, right? Or they're part of the secret society, which is usually 8 times out of 10, or let's say 7 times out of 10 true, right? You do get initiated after a certain point in the music secret society, so to speak. And that is true. But not everyone that is successful is part of a secret society, right? Everyone that is rich is part of the Illuminati, right? That's a way to keep you from hating money. That's a way to keep you from hating financial success. That's a way to keep you from financial literacy. Do you guys know the month of April is financial literacy month, right? Most people don't know the month of April is financial literacy month. It's not advertised. There's no t-shirts. There's no banners and targets, right? There's no financial literacy shirts for the kids like it is in June for Pride Month, right? It's not all over the place. It's not all over the news. It's not all over billboards. Why? Because they want to keep you away from the money. They want to keep you away from the wealth. They want to keep you away from the riches, right? They want you to think that having a lot of money is bad. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil, right? But the thing is, I've seen more people do evil things when they were broke. I've seen the most evil, the most wicked, the most diabolical, right? Things that people do when they don't have money, when they are broke. So is the love of money truly the root of all evil? So we got to really analyze the things that we were programmed with, right? The things that we were indoctrinated with as a child, right? Through cartoons and all of that, right? It's really about deprogramming and reprogramming when you are on the spiritual path, because the matrix is designed to keep you trapped. It's designed to keep you not only trapped here, but trapped in a certain mindset. And this mindset is to always be looking for some sort of salvation or some sort of savior when you, as a God body, as a God being, right? You that is breathing in air, breathing in wind, exhaling and inhaling, right? The etymology of the word spirit is to breathe. So all of us are spiritual, but it is what you are doing with this spirit, right? So money has a currency, it has a vibration, it has a frequency, right? Reverend Ike said money is a woman, right? And the way you treat money is the way you treat a woman, right? You take care of her, right? You compliment it, right? You put her in as a way to help you, right? They call women helpmates, right? So the money is to help you get somewhere. And another thing you want to have in mind is, what are you going to do when you get the money, right? What is the purpose? If you're just going to blow it on a Louis store and a whole bunch of trips, and you could do that, obviously it's yours, right? But is that really making your life better? Is it helping you get to the next level, right? What is really the purpose behind it for you and your family? So you want to have these type of ideas, but money is currency at the end of the day, right? So I'm going to go into this particular lecture. Let's pull up these slides and we're going to talk about, and again, all these things that I'm showing you are things that have yielded me thousands of dollars recently. Things that I do, things that I've been doing, right? And I'm going to share them with you. Now, will it work for you? Yeah. Yeah. Even as I'm saying it, spirit is like, yeah, it will, right? What you do with it after that is up to you. But these tools will help you provide opportunity. Again, money's not going to fall out of the sky. You will see signs and symbols in your day to day life, in your walk, like breadcrumbs that bring you opportunity. What you do to capitalize on the opportunity is up to you. All right. So now that I've been long-winded with this intro, because I haven't talked to y'all for a while. And again, today's 777. If you go to Vegas, you hit that 777, right? You're gonna get a lot of money coming out that slot machine. So today's just a day of luck, right? Venus Day, Oshun Day, Het Heru Day, right? Great day for this type of discussion. So let's get started. Let's get started. Let me switch over. You could have like well, let me show y'all real quick. This is a good book. This is what we're dealing with. We are dealing with the greater key, King Solomon's 44 seals of ancient magic. This is called the greater key. There's the greater key and the lesser key, right? But we're going to be dealing with the greater key. So we're not really working with demons. We're actually going to be working with angels for uh this particular lecture. So let's go. Are you guys frozen? Are you guys frozen? Type a one in the chat if everything's still good. Still no sound? See, this YouTube thing is crazy because I should be good. Can y'all hear me? Yes, no. Type put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Because everything on my end should be good. Okay, you can hear me now. All right. So yeah. Man, that's crazy. I wonder what y'all missed. But all right, maybe it's because I went off screen. So I'll stay on screen as I do this. So this way y'all can see me. Okay, y'all can hear me now. All right. Good, good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's go back. So let me just break these things down, break these things down again. All right. So we're talking about the sixth pentacle of Jupiter. All right. And what I showed you earlier, this slide is you could activate these during planetary hours. I'm going to show you how, but I want to just introduce you to the idea of planetary days and planetary hours as we continue to go. All right. So the sixth pentacle of Jupiter, we're working with Jupiter. All right. Jupiter is a Thursday day, but Jupiter is also a day that is associated. A lot of people do money rituals on Thursday. Jupiter is not only associated with Jupiter has a lot of deities associated, including Lakshmi associated with Thursday, right? Which we'll get into later. But let's just go into this real quick before I don't want to go ahead of myself because I have everything laid out here. So the sixth pentacle of Jupiter, this is one of the Solomon seals, all right, which we talked about earlier. So it's a powerful all-purpose protection pentacle, right? This is for protection, right? This is the scripture, the Psalms. Anna Riva has a book called The Power of Psalms, all right? And it's basically how you could use the Psalms as a way for spell casting or as a way to manifest what you want in your life, right? Whether it's you are being attacked, whether it's money, whether it's love, right? Whether it's protection, health, etc., etc. There's a psalm for everything, right? And you could use it in your spell work. So, The Power of the Psalms by Anna Riva is a good book. So, this particular, we're talking about the sixth pentacle of Jupiter, okay? And the seventh pentacle of Jupiter, right? This is a pentacle to protect against poverty, right? As it says, lifting up the poor out of the mire and raising the needy from the dunghill, that he may set him with princes, even with the princes of his people. Okay. Now, let me tell y'all something, baby. All right. Now, using these, using these particular pentacles myself. Now, I'm going to show you what I have. All right. Now, this is something you get off Amazon. This is the sixth and seventh pentacle. All right. When I leave my house and when I go anywhere, 99.9% of the time, you're going to see me with this, right? This is something that I've had for years. And since I've had it, really, I have not been poor. I have not been in poverty. Have I had some days that my money has been quote unquote low? Yeah. Have I had some days where like I didn't know where the quote unquote next, I don't want to say the next check because I've been working, but I don't know, I got this bill or I want to do this or I want to take this trip or I want to buy this or I want to get that or I want to go this place. And I didn't know how I was going to get it, but I don't really worry about it. I don't really worry about money, right? Once I activated these particular seals and pentacles, which I'm going to show you how, right? Once I activated these, right, this magic of getting money and money coming to me, it has been an easy process and a simple process, okay? And all I really did was add more fuel to the fire this year and made some actual sacrifices. See, before I even go deeper into this, when you want to manifest certain things, money, riches, power, a boo, success, right? You have to make sacrifices. You have to show the universe. You have to show your ancestors. You have to show, quote unquote, the gods that you are willing to be a vessel of the divine, right? You are willing to do the work of the divine. Now, that is possibly the most difficult thing you could do because most people aren't doing that, right? Most people are doing their own thing, right? We saw the whole Kiki Palmer thing today, right? Where her boyfriend said that she's a mom and he didn't want to see her, you know, wearing what she wore, and she still wore what she wanted to wear anyway, right? People saying, well, she ain't married, she ain't gotta listen, she could do what they want. He's just a baby daddy, right? It doesn't matter. But in a relationship, you have to compromise, right? I'm not saying what he did was right as far as going on the internet and airing out family business. As a man, you should never do that, right? If a woman wants to do that, her family and her friends, let them. But as a man, you should never do that. But she wanted to do what she wanted to do, right? When you are following a spiritual path, right? And most people that follow this path don't want to hear this, but you can't just do what you want to do. That's for people that are still in their animalistic mindset. That is for people that still haven't woken up. That is for people that are still trapped in the matrix. When you are following this path, there is discipline involved. There is study involved. There is changing of behavior involved. There is changing of character involved. And once you are walking on the path, and once you are doing what you're supposed to do, then the universe responds to you in kind, right? And the one thing about a calling is this: when you have a calling, it's constantly calling. You can't escape it. You'll go into depression, you'll become sad, you'll become isolated, you become distant, right? You might even become suicidal if you don't follow your calling, right? And your calling usually, matter of fact, I'm going to say 100% of the time, requires some sort of sacrifice, some sort of personal sacrifice, some sort of change, some sort of transformation, and of course, shadow work. So as I started to follow my calling, do what I'm supposed to do, right? Money and more financial abundance came because of my vision of what I want to do with the money. And of course, right, because I am doing the work, and also how I'm working with the actual vehicle that is going to help me get the money, right? You got to have some sort of vehicle. You got to have a business, right? You got to have a job. Maybe you want to move ahead in your job, right? Maybe, shit, if you're working at McDonald's and you're the fry cook, right? You want to move to the register, right? I'm just using that as an example, right? You want to move to the register, right? You want to eventually from the register maybe become, an assistant manager, right? And then a manager, right? And then own a damn McDonald's or franchise, right? So you're gonna have to go up the ranks, right? And or start a business or invest in something, right? But there has to be a vehicle. Again, money doesn't come out of the sky, right? Shit. You might have a man or a woman that's using them, right? So there's negative karma to that. But some people want to be used. That's the flip side, They have what they call sugar babies, right? Sugar babies, sugar daddies, sugar mamas. Some people want to be used. And that could be your vehicle, right? It is what it is. So again, when you want to tap into this energy, make sure you have a purpose and make sure you have a way of where that money is going to flow. I do sales. So because I do sales, I have a way to access amount of money that is big amounts of money if I want to, right? But also doing these rituals and the things I'm going to show you also has me finding money in the street. Also has people hitting me up for readings. Also has, other things that are popping. People buying t-shirts that I'm selling and things like that, right? So you have to have things that are going to be able to make you money. You can't just be, oh, I don't know. Even if you need a job, this will help you to get a job if you don't have a job, right? But you have to, again, have a goal, a direction. You can't be sitting on your ass eating bonbons. All right, let's keep going. So we've covered this. I've showed you the pentacle, and you could get this off Amazon. All right, you get this on Amazon. This is where I got it from, and I'll show y'all how to activate it soon. So these are some other pentacles. All right. So there's the second pentacle of Venus. All right, bestows grace and confidence upon the bearer. Good for public speaking or modeling. All right. The third pentacle of Venus. Right. pentacle to attract love and admiration. Some of y'all want a boo. Some of y'all want a partner. Some of y'all say y'all can't find anybody. All right. These Solomon seals or these pentacles will help you. All right. The fourth pentacle of Venus, okay, a pentacle that boosts the charisma and seductive qualities of the bearer, can be used to summon someone you wish to see. All right. So again, get your screenshots, watch this. All right. Look at these things. Again, you could buy these off Amazon. You can buy these off Amazon, and they're not that expensive, usually under $20. All right. And these are things, if you're looking for love, you're looking to be more charismatic, you're looking to meet people. All right. This is the summer. This is a great time to activate these particular seals. All right. And just to show you the how authentic or how powerful these seals are. Okay. So this is one pentacle of Solomon from the lesser key of Solomon. Its purpose is to constrain spirits during magical evocation. All right. There's a second pentacle of Jupiter from the key of Solomon, which I think are. Oh no, we didn't cover that one. But it's the second pentacle of Jupiter. This was found on the body of Anselm, Bishop of Würzburg, on the night of his death. He was rumored to be an alchemist. All right. The pentacle in the 1500s, Grimoire Heptameron, is said to be drawn on kidskin parchment on the day and in the hour of Mercury. So these are the planetary hours we were talking about in this particular slide. All right. Planetary hours, which we'll get into shortly. All right. Then we have the first pentacle of the moon from the key of Solomon. Again, it serves to call for and invoke the spirits of the moon. All right. We're in Cancer season. All right. And to further serve to open doors. Cancer is ruled by the moon in whatever way they may be fastened. So you may have been working with a Legba, Papa Legba, to open doors, but you could actually get a pentacle, draw this, and if you can't afford it, you could draw these things out yourself. Draw them on paper. Okay. It doesn't have to be parchment paper. It could be regular paper. It's all about the energy and the intention of when you're drawing it and how you activate it, which we'll get into again shortly. You guys have seen these. They're called the Star of David, but you see they're in different placements. 1, 2, 3, right? There's the Earth Pentacle in the Golden Dawn system of magic, one of the elemental weapons or tools of an adept. This is USVA headstone, all right? So this is for veterans, a veteran headstone that they put there. And as you guys know, you guys have seen this on these flags, all right? I'm going from right to left. So the flag of Israel, right? You've seen this. This is also called a Merkaba, right? This is also what they use to bind something, or as above, so below, right? This triangle as above, this triangle as below, right? The same thing, as above, so below, right? And let's stay on these hexagrams for a minute. You've all heard of hexes and witches doing hexes and being hexed, right? So a hex is really somebody possessing or somebody basically putting a spirit or putting energy on you, right? It's usually used in a negative connotation, but you could also use a positive hex, right? Or use it for your purposes, right? Or bind something to you for your purposes. So these are seals of Solomon hidden in plain sight, right? So the flag of Israel is a Solomon seal, right? We've just seen that right here, right? We've just seen that right here. We've just seen, that right here. So these are Solomon seals that they're using as flags, right? Now we know Israel was Palestinian land. This is for British Nigeria, West Africa, okay? We know Nigeria is not British land, and it's not indigenous to the British, right? It's not indigenous where they have Israel. It's not indigenous. That's Palestine, all right? So it's not indigenous to the Jews, okay? And then you have a pentagram, right? Which represents man, right? Or man ascending, and the 5 points, right? Pent actually means 5, gram means side, okay? Hex is 6, so this is actually hexagram, 6 sides, 6 sides. Now, the purpose of this is just to show you how this magic is used, right, in plain sight. And you won't know it, you won't see it if you don't have the eyes to see it, right? So that's what I am showing you. These are not evil symbols. These are not symbols that are negative in any way. These are not symbols that are scary or meant to, make you feel any type of way. These are symbols that are meant to show you or expose, right? Or capture, right? A particular energy or trap a particular energy. And as you see, even in the one on the left, you see that there's a crown. The British crown is in the middle, right? So this is basically meant to trap this particular energy. And the blue and white are also colors of Tahuti, right? So again, it's to trap energy. And also it's used as a protection seal as well. So these seals are very powerful. So it's something you want to tap in on your spiritual journey into magic and AKA or the esoteric, or as they call the occult. So planetary magic, and this is when we're going to get into the fun part where I'm showing you how to activate it. Now, the Power of the Psalms is the book I was talking about earlier. If you notice, all these pentacles have scriptures next to them. All right, they all have scriptures next to them, and this is how you're going to activate it. And this is how you're going to activate these things to get this financial success. All right, Planetary Magic. This is a book about, if you want to get this book, both books you should have in your library. If you don't, I highly recommend getting them. But this is all about how to use planets and planetary energy and astrology to your benefit in order to manifest easily and successfully, right? So let's say you want, and actually, so let's do this. Let's say you want to do a ritual, right? You want to do a money ritual, right? And it is, let's say you want to do a money ritual today, right? What we're going to do is I'm going to pull up so I'm going to go to that website, and I actually have it saved here. So let me pull this up real quick. 1 second. Go to book. And this particular website you're going to want to look at is going to make your spell work, your spell casting so much easier, right? These seals are going to make your life so much easier. They're going to allow you to manifest things easier. And it's something that's not really talked about in this community enough, in my personal opinion. So I'm going to share this, right? Now, this particular site, as you see here, it is Lunarium. Let me just make sure y'all see what I see. Okay, perfect. So this site is called Lunarium, Lunarium. Now, this is a planetary hour calculator, okay? We're not in London, so it always starts off in London. So we're going to change that, right? I want to show you exactly what Rob Blackstorm does, all right? So where do I live? Okay, I live in the Bronx, New York, okay? So I'm going to type that in. It's going to give me the longitude and latitude. I'm going to save it, even though it's going to change regardless, all right? So it's July 7th today, 7/7, all right? So let's say, right, we talked about the planetary hours being we talked about Venus, right, being Friday and Jupiter being Thursday, right? But let's say hypothetically, right, it's, matter of fact, let me do this. Let's say it's Saturday, right, tomorrow. Thursday and Friday pass. You just watched Rob Blackstorm's video. You want to try these things out, right? You got your pen, your paper, you've drawn your seal, right? I've shown you how to activate it, which I haven't yet, but I want to give you this game first, right? But it's Saturday. You think you can't do this magic, right? For Venus, right? You think that you can't do this magic for Jupiter, right? Because those Thursday and Friday is past. So it's Saturday. So we're going to calculate, right? This is the sigil for Saturn, okay? Because it's Saturday. So this is Saturn, the astrological symbol for Saturn. We're going to scroll down, okay? and we're going to look for Venus and Jupiter. So I know, right? So this is it's ran on universal time. So this is going to be AM, right? So I know if I wake up, right, or if I'm up 6:46 a.m., between 6:46 a.m. and 8:01 a.m., I can activate my seals. Okay, this is how you use planetary hours. And you could do this with deities as well. Okay, let's say you're working with Oshun, right? And it's Saturday, but you know, you want to put love in the air. You're looking for love. You don't have to wait, okay, until it is Friday again. You could at 10:31, right? You could do your ritual to Oshun. You have a window between 10:31 and 11:45 to do a whole ritual where you're dancing, where you got the music, right? Where you're chanting and everything. Where you could do a whole ritual on Saturday, right? Let's say got a speech coming, right? And you're nervous about a speech. You're a public speaker, right? And you want to do a ritual. Let's say you want to do a ritual to um let's see. You want I'm trying to think. Or let me use somebody else. Let's say you're having tension and things with people, and somebody's bothering you, and you want to trap some of that Ogun energy, that Ogun warrior energy, right? Well, you could do a ritual to Ogun, right, between 8:01 and 9:16 on Saturday. That's that Mars energy. You get what I'm saying? So type of one in the chat if y'all understand what I'm saying. You could tap into different deities in different times on different days, not necessarily using it that day. Let's say you want to use Papa Legba's energy, right? You want to tap, you're doing a Papa Legba or a Legba ritual, right? You want to open some doors, open some roads. You don't have to wait until Monday, right? You could use the planetary hour to tap into that particular energy, right? You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. You could use this the spirit of Mercury, right? Which will be right here. Now obviously you got to understand but we all have Google, we all have smartphones, right? If you're watching this, you're on the internet, so you can look up the planet that rules or the deity that is in charge of that, or the planet that's in charge of that particular deity, right? Or the planet that is associated with that particular deity or that particular god or goddess. Now, the god or goddess or the deities, we have to remember these are energy matrices, right? These are, uh, how do you say, vortexes, so to speak, of a particular energy. Obviously, Oshun is much different than Yemaya. Yemaya is much different than Kali Ma, right? So there's different energies for different things. Let's say again, it's Saturday. You want to do a ritual to Kali Ma, right? You want to do a ritual. You got beef. You need to take care of them, but you can't put your hands on them, right? So you would tap in. You could tap in 5:32 a.m., but you don't want to. Let's say you don't want to wake up that late, right? You could loop back. This is the sigil or the symbol or the astrological symbol for Saturn. You could do that, but this is going to be 24 hours. So this is going to be, I'm going to say 10:59. Yeah, 10:59. So by 11, between 11 and 11 or almost 11 and 11:44, go in. You know what I'm saying? Do your ritual. You know what I'm saying? Get what you need. Get your skulls. Get your black candle. So you don't have to do these on this particular day. This is a major key, major key to making your magic and your spell work much more powerful, right? In anything that you're doing, right? So the same thing, let's say you're doing this work tomorrow, you would just go to, you're doing this work tomorrow, very simple, right? You're going to be tapped into this Jupiter energy, right? Or the Venus energy, depending on what sigil. So 6:46 a.m., if that's too early, right? You have it looping back at different times. And you could use Lunarium. This is what I use on a day-to-day basis. Or you could use that book that I showed you earlier. So I just want to show y'all that. And you could use this book, the Planetary Magic book. Okay? So that's the way. So how do you activate this? Ra, you've been talking about this all this time. How do you activate this? Or you could, or Hollow said you could get a Planetary Times app. Correct. You get a Planetary Times app and use that on your phone. I don't even know. I've tried to find one of those, Hollow. I don't even know where it is. But maybe you could put it in the chat for people so that they could tap into that Planetary Hours app. All right. But I like Lunarium. It's easy to use. So how do you activate it? All right. So using one of my seals, and I wear different Solomon seals for different times and different things. Like when I first started on YouTube, I had a seal on, but it was for communication, right? So it was associated with the planet Mercury because Mercury deals with communication, right? So anyway, so how do you activate the seal? So I'm right-handed. So you're gonna hold the seal just like this in your right hand, right? In your left hand, you're going to have the Bible and you're going to read the scripture, right? Associated with it. So let's show you. So let's say let's do going to do a so let's say, all right. So I'm going to hold the scripture or the Bible or whatever, and I'm going to, or if you are going to read it off the computer or something like this, just have this hand open. Now, if you're left-handed, you're going to use the right hand open and have the seal in this hand, either or. I'm right hand dominant because that's the hand that you're going to use most, your right hand. So this one is going to be your receiving hand. The left hand, the hand that you use the least, is going to be your receiving hand. The hand that you use the most is your giving hand, right? So you're going to hold it in your right hand, right? Have your left hand, if you have the Bible in your hand, or if you're reading, have your left hand open as your receiving hand, and you're going to read the Psalms, right? They pierce my hands and my feet, I may tell all my bones, right? Once you do that, right? Once you read it, the next thing you're going to do is you are going to put either one of three things, right? If you're a man, you're going to put your boy juice on it, right? You're going to put your boy juice on it. You know what I mean? That's semen. If you're a woman, you're going to put those vaginal juices on it. Another bonus to being a woman is you don't have to put your vaginal juices on it. You could put your blood on it, all right? And you're going to switch it from this hand to from your hand that you're holding it, your main hand. So if you're right-handed, you're going to hold it in your right hand, and you're going to put it in this hand, all right? Or you're going to put the boy juice, the girl juice, whatever, the blood, right? Have that on hand, right? In a towel or whatever. Have it on hand, and you're going to rub it in there. You're going to rub it in there. Like Straight Panther said, yes, skeet on it, right? You're going to skeet on it or blood on it. You can use skeet or you can use blood. The reason you're using skeet or blood is because you want to bind it to you, okay? That is your essence, all right? Blood is your essence. Sperm is your essence. This is how you create things, right? Your vaginal juice is your essence. This is how you bring life into the world. We all came into the world through the meeting of a sperm and the egg through juices, right? Through boy juice, through girl juice, right? And through blood. So either one of those mediums, and you want to bind it to you, right? What I also do is I go back, right, and reread it again. After I put the juices on it, I reread the scripture again, right? You should feel something, right? That when I do it, and I have several of these, right? When I do it, I feel like an energy. You'll feel a charge. And I've had other people that I've taught this science, and they felt it open up. You want to, with these seals, you want to find something that's associated with money, but also associated with either the day you were born. So I was born on Thursday, so Jupiter works for me, right? But Jupiter is also a planet of abundance. You could use this, but if you could find something associated with, let's say you're born on a Friday, right? Venus would work better for you. Monday, the moon would work better for you, right? You could get, again, King Solomon seals, 44 books of ancient magic, or you can just look online for the greater key and activate them that way, okay? And your money troubles will start to go away, all right? As you start to grow, your money troubles will start to go away, and you will worry less and less about money. Again, I'm not telling you anything that Straight Panther said Wednesday. So Wednesday, if your day is Wednesday, straight panther, then you're going to want to look up Mercury seals, right? Seals associated with the planet Mercury. Now, if you don't see anything for abundance with that, that's okay. You can also always go back to Jupiter. Jupiter's always going to put you in the money anyway. It's a plan of abundance. It's a plan of expansion. It's a plan of spiritual growth. It's a plan of growth regardless. And you need money to grow, right? You need money to buy books. You need money to pay for Wi-Fi. You need money to pay for your phone. You need money to pay rent so you have a roof over your head, power, etc. You need money to be on the spiritual path, right? There's there's no bliss or blessing in poverty. You need money to do that, right? So the pentacles will help you to activate. So these Solomon seals are very powerful, and they're Solomon seals for various different things, but we're focused on the money. All right. Another thing I want y'all to tap into is while you're doing this or while you're doing the conjure, right? You want to clear the air. So you would uh, use, this is something that is called sweetgrass. All right, sweetgrass. So sweetgrass, it looks like this. As you see, I've been burning mine. I showed y'all this videos ago, right? But what sweetgrass is basically, as it says, burned as an incense. Sweetgrass is valued for its vanilla-like scent. Clippings of sweetgrass are usually braided and then dried prior to burning. So see, it's braided, right? All right. Prior to burning. When burned for healing or ritual purposes, the smoke from the braided sweetgrass is thought to attract good spirits and positive energies. It is used as a smudging tool to purify people's auras, cleanse objects, and clear ceremonial areas or healing spaces of negative energy. Sweetgrass can also be worn as a protective amulet. The plant is also used in basket weaving. All right. So you want to also, if you can, get off the sage. All right. And the reason I say get off the sage is because everyone is using sage. I'm not saying you can't use it. I'm not saying it's not powerful. But the more somebody uses something, the more diluted it is, right? The more sugar, I was going to say the more sugar you put in the Kool-Aid, right? But the more sugar you put in the Kool-Aid, right? You don't want that sweet ass Kool-Aid, right? It's too sweet, right? There's too many people using sage. Sweetgrass, as I have here, is ancient and indigenous, especially to y'all who are claimed to be FBA or born here in America, right? Or claim your lineage is American, right? This is what your ancestors were burning, not sage. So when you burn this and you're tapping into these seals, right, you're attracting a certain energy. When you're doing a ritual is essentially about focusing energy. Magic is M, manipulating, A, and G, guiding, I, intention, C, caused, K, knowingly. Manipulating and guiding, intention, cause, knowingly. So you're focusing energy in a particular place. This is why you are using the magic. This is why you're doing all these things. This is why you'll have music on, right? You might be listening to something like Throw Up Some Commas, right? You might be listening to 50 Cent, I Get Money, right? You want to be listening to some money music while you're doing this ritual, right? Some Larry June, right? Something that puts you in a money mode, Nipsey Hussle, something that puts you in a get money energy, right? This is what the ritual about. And because we're not in a village and we're not around a circle of people, right? And we're not you know, we don't have drum circles and things like that anymore. We have to now modernize our magic, right? We have to modernize it for the new age, for this digital era. So we're able to now tap into this energy and harness it. And these are the types of things you want to do when you're doing these rituals. So again, I'm giving you things that I use personally that I have been successful with. As I always tell y'all, I will never bring anything on the internet that I have not used and it has not been successful for me. If I haven't used it, if it hasn't worked for me, this is a practical magic channel. I'm not going to tell y'all about the aliens coming because the aliens are not going to pay your rent on the first. The aliens are not going to save your children. The aliens are not going to take you away from here if you're low vibrational, period, right? So this is to put you in this particular vibration and this particular energy. You dig? So let's continue going. All right. So we covered. So quick review. All right. So we cover these seals. You know how to activate them with the boy juice. And you say the scriptures. All right. So you say the scriptures. They pierce my hands and my feet. I mean, so you again, you got the thing in your hand, right? They pierce my hands and my feet. I might tell on my bones, right? Got your towel with your juices, blood, in a jar, right? Dip it into it, put it on your hand, boom. Flip it on this hand, do the same thing. They pierce my hands and my feet, and I may tell on my bones. If you got a double-sided one, which is what I recommend y'all get, right? Or whatever you're working with, right? Same thing. You read the other scripture, lifting up the poor out of the mire and raising the needy from the dunghill, that he may set him with princes, even with the princes of his people. Now, when I do this, I got the sweet grass burning, right? I got motherfucking Future saying, throw up some comments, nigga. You know, I'm rocking. You know what I'm saying? I'm in that frequency. I'm in that money vibe. I'm in that money vibration. You know what I'm saying? Get a money playlist with money songs, right? Especially on Thursday, right? One of the first things I do on a Thursday, I got a money playlist, right? Money vibration, money frequency, right? You want to be in the vibration, and this is something you want to do on a regular basis because money is currency. So money never sleeps. You got to keep the flow of energy. You got to keep the flow. One of the affirmations I say pretty much every day, every morning, I'm not even going to say pretty much every morning, is I am abundant. Money comes to me easily. I do not work hard for money. That's one of my affirmations. You want to have these type of things cycling so that now you're sending a signal, right? You're sending a bat signal to the universe. You're sending a bat signal to your ancestors. You're sending a bat signal to the spirits that this is what this guy wants. This is what he needs to be able to honor and become a vessel of the divine or the vessel of this energy. So now the universe will start to put things in your path. So, and these are called opportunities, right? Or coincidences. And there's no such thing as a coincidence, only confirmation. All right. So let's keep going. Now, so we covered the sweetgrass. Another deity you can work with is Ajay Shaluga. All right. Ajay Shaluga is also associated with Ma'at. All right. Ma'at is Kemetic, or what you call Egyptian, and Chesed from the Kabbalah. All right. Same energy, same vibration, same frequency. Okay. Ma'at is about law and order and true love. All right. Chesed on the Chesed on the Kabbalah is about mercy. So, and true love is merciful. Okay. True love is really merciful because you're able to put yourself in other people's shoes and you don't see things just from an emotional aspect, right? Most people are highly emotional and they are easily triggered, right? That's just the world we live in. People are easily triggered, highly emotional, very sensitive because they are stuck in their animal nature. There's literally a part of the brain called the R complex, which is what they call the reptilian brain. So all of you that saw that white lady, that's an actress. The white lady, that's an actress on the plane talk about she saw a shapeshifter. She's a whole actress, y'all. Like, you got a reptile in you. You are a reptilian. It's called the reptilian part of your brain. All right. But we'll leave that. But that's the animal part of you. And you also have a limbic part of your brain, which is closer to the mammalian part of you, right? Which is more related to the four-legged animals, the lions, tigers, the bears, the higher quote unquote animals, right? Not the reptile kingdom. So you have a reptile in you. But anyway, Ajay Shaluga is a deity from the Yoruba, right? Or you could say Ifa, right? West African religion, right? Where, and these are some of their implements, all right? This is a tiger eye shell, all right? Tiger's eye shell. I have one here for y'all. This is what it looks like. Make sure y'all can see. This is what it looks like. Okay. Now, these I keep on my money altar, which we'll get into shortly. And money order doesn't have to be anything complex, and I'll show you some simple ones later. But when we go into Ajay Shaluga, right, this is a deity that you could work with. She's a deity. Well, let's go into the slides. I should have a slide about that. So Ajay Shaluga, this is from the book Encyclopedia of Spirits. All right, Encyclopedia of Spirits by Judica Judica Isles, Judica Isles. But Encyclopedia of Spirits, if you tap it in on Amazon, it'll show up. All right, and she's a Orisha. Okay, Orisha of wealth, trade, and cash may manifest in male or female form. In Nigeria, Ajay Shaluga is generally, although not always, understood as a male, but some Cuban traditions consider her female. In West Africa, small white cowrie shells once served as currency. Okay. Ajay Shaluga's attribute is the large tiger cowrie, all right, which was not currency, but finding one unexpectedly is considered a sign of Ajay Shaluga's protection, favor, and blessings. Okay. Those favored by Ajay Shaluga never lack and are never poor. In various myths, Ajay Shaluga assists other Orishas too. Now, this is her story, all right, coming up. During Oshun's period of intense poverty, she owned only one dress. So she's associated with Oshun. So the best day to work with Ajay Shaluga would be today. Okay, to work with this particular Risha would be today. All right. One of the things she's going to want is one of these tiger eye cowries. But if you don't have it, don't worry. I'm going to show you how to tap in without this because I didn't have these when I first started working with them. But I'm going to show you how to tap in. She owned only one dress, which she, a fastidious spirit, washed daily in the river. Ajay Shaluga saw her from the watery depths, fell in love with her, and emerged bringing gifts of cowries, cash, remember cowrie shells with money back in the days, and golden treasure, and setting her on the road to financial stability and wealth. Attribute tiger cowrie shell, water element, okay, and she is a river spirit, okay, because money flows like a river, associated with Yamaya, Olokun, and Oshun. All right, so all deities associated. So this is Ajay Shaluga. She's the Yoruba deity of material wealth, money, currency, markets, and trade. She is also the Orisha of dyes and pigments. Okay, she's a water deity born from Yemaya and Obatala. Obatala is the creator spirit in the Yoruba pantheon, deity pantheon, and Yemaya is, of course, the spirit of the ocean, right? She's also a river spirit as well, or spirit of the waters, period. In most places in Yoruba land, he is male, but in some places in much of diaspora, she is female or androgynous, or their gender is not specified because it is not considered important. Her first earthly incarnation or manifestation is said to be from Kemet. So that's where the whole Ma'at thing comes from. Now, this is her calling cross, right? Or this is her symbol or her sigil, right? Now, if you look at the word, now I'm saying this word sigil, y'all may not even know what I'm talking about. So let me type this in right quick. Let's see. Let me pull something up for y'all. So let me share this. So a sigil, inscribed or painted symbol considered to have magical power. If you notice, the word sigil sounds a whole lot like symbol. Okay. If you look at the word sigil backwards, okay, let's just type it backwards. I'm not even gonna. So Ligis. Okay. Now we know I is a vowel. Okay. So I is not, or vowels are not part of ancient language. Okay. Vowels are not part of ancient language. So, but vowels are interchangeable, right? When you're trying to take ancient language, which is where this word sigil comes from, and bring it into a modern day setting. Okay. So sigil would be, if we change the language and just set it backwards, let's add an O to that. And what do we get? Logos. Okay. So sigil is really a fancy way of hiding logos, right? If I show you the logo for Nike, the swoosh, I do not have to say it is for Nike. You know by looking at the sigil or the logos, right? Or the logo, which is where it comes from, of Nike, that swoosh. All you need to see is the swoosh, and you already know it's about sneakers, athletic wear, right? Dealing with sports, et cetera, right? You know you're not going to go into a Nike store for furniture, or you're not going to a Nike store to buy a computer, right? It has a specific energy, athletics, sports, sneakers, right? Things associated with athletics. That's the energy, that's the frequency, and that's the vibration that is part of that swoosh. And all you have to do is see the swoosh to know that. This is the power of a logo. This is the power of symbolism, right? So when we talk about sigils and things like that, right, or logos, right? A logo is very important for a business, right? The logo could tell you about the business before you even know, because the logo basically represents a business. So whenever you start a business, that's why they say you got to have a logo, because it's a representation of what encompasses, or the energy, frequency, and vibration of that particular business, the energy that's encompassed in that particular business. I hope I'm explaining this correctly. I'm basically trying to explain things that come to me and deliver them to y'all. So bear with me. But do y'all get that a sigil is nothing more than a logo? And a logo is nothing more than a sigil. Sigil is actually hiding logo, because a logo is a magical symbol. It is a symbol that directs you in one particular energy. All right. So let's go back to where I left off. So, as I was saying, this particular sigil, or they call it a veve, right? Sigil, veve, logo, is a representation of Ajay Shaluga. Okay, so what Rob Blackstorms did is, Rob Blackstorm didn't have any tiger eye cowrie shells, even though he did research on this particular deity and connected with this particular deity, Ajay Shaluga. Right? I didn't have these, so what I did was I simply, oh, sorry, I didn't even show y'all. My bad. So I didn't have that. So what I did was, actually, I don't even need that, but I just want to have it here. So I didn't have the tiger eye cowrie shell. So this is what I did, y'all. Let me move this over here because it's a headache. All right, boom. Yeah. So this is what I did, y'all. I took my time and I drew it. I hand drew it. While I was listening to Fuck Up Some Commas by Future, right? While I was listening to I Get Money by 50 Cent, while I was listening to Ace Hood, each and every way. Hustle, hard, hustle, hard. Like on songs like that, right? Money songs, whatever you flow with. And while I'm doing that, or you can listen to, binaural beats or whatever meets your fancy, right? Jazz, whatever meets your fancy, as long as it keeps you in the energy of what your intention is, and drew it out, right? And drew it out. I created, you don't have to necessarily, now we live in a digital age. Back in the day, what they would do is put that veve on the ground, right? They would draw it on the ground, and that's actually the best way to do it. If you have this, I live in New York City though. I don't have that space and the area to just go to Central Park and draw a veve on the ground. I don't have a backyard where I could just draw a veve on the ground, right? Or draw a sigil or draw a logo. So I connect with that with Ajay Shaluga by drawing the actual picture, right? And what I did was I started burning ancestor money. I got a little tin, right? You could use a bowl, but this is my thing, right? I got ashes all in here for all the ancestor money I've burned since day one. I haven't even changed it. So it's tons of ashes in here. And go to Amazon, get you some ancestor money, right? It's like $9, $10, maybe $12, right? And I got the big bills because this is the, I want big bills, and that's what's been happening. And burn you some ancestor money, right? So I put this on top of this and burn me some ancestor money while I'm listening to that music, right? I'm using the logo. I know the logo, the sigil, the Veve has a certain energy. Ancestor money, again, going back into, now this isn't really ancestor money, right? Some people say this isn't ancestor money. Well, yeah, it's not Chinese, it's not Voss paper, but I'm the creator, okay? This is me being creative. This is me being playful. God is a creator first and foremost. I don't have to follow step by step what somebody else did, because what somebody else did, they got and created. So I'm going to create my own way of conjure, right? Because I'm conjuring energy and see if it works. And so far, so good. The best spells are the spells that you come up with on your own. And sometimes you really just have to sit in silence and think, and these things will come to you. But if you don't have a time of silence, if you're always on the internet, you're always on Instagram, Facebook, now Threads, Twitter, and all these things, right? You're always watching YouTube. You're always listening to the speakers. When do you get time to create yourself, right? The speakers got this from somebody else. The speakers learned these things from somebody else. They had to learn it to teach it to you, right? So what are you going to bring to the table? What new ideas are you going to bring to the table? So this is exactly what worked for me. And then later on, I went to the Botanica and got these. But you could also order these online, all right? Tiger's Eye cowrie shells. And now it sits on my money altar, okay? So it sits on my money order. And when I feel like the energy is low or light and I need to connect with Ajay Shaluga, and I did this also during the planetary hour of, because I know her energy is for a Thursday, right? I did this during the planetary hour of Jupiter. So let's say I was doing this tomorrow, right? I heard this beautiful lecture, right? Tonight it's 777. So I'm going to draw my Veve. I heard Rob Blackstorm. And tomorrow I'm going to get it popping. So tomorrow, Saturday, right? Whatever state you're in, you're going to plug in your state. It's not going to really be much difference because you're in America. But the time zones are different. So you want to plug in where you live, boom. So tomorrow, the best time to do this, since she's associated with Ma, she's a Thursday deity, so it's going to be between 6:46 a.m., 8:01 a.m. This is Jupiter, okay, so it's going to be between, so 12, 1, 2, so 3:30 to 4:44 is going to also be between, this is 11:44, no, this is 10:44 to 10:44 to 11:30. Okay, so those are going to be the best times. And again, you see how this goes. Then again, it's going to be from 4 a.m. to 4:46 a.m. So this is how you maximize this energy. Again, with the music, with the sweetgrass flowing, right? With the ancestor money, right? After you've already this is just another thing with the Solomon seals, right? I'm just giving you different ways to do this, all right? So let's see. And the 777, great question. The 777 portal is open up until July the 25th, because that's another 777. So the 7/7 portal is open till July the 25th. So you could tap into this energy. And this is a lucky time, right? This is a very lucky time, especially being that it's Cancer season, ruled by the moon. This is a time for nurturing. It's a nurturing energy, right? It's a loving energy. It's a heart-shaped energy. This is energy that Ajay Shaluga loves, all right? This is that type of energy that she loves. This type of energy that is, the moon also deals with illusions, right? So you could also be, especially with the moon in Pisces, right? It's a very time where you could deal with illusions. But if you have focus, that illusion energy turns into internal fusion, right? You could turn that into an energy harnessing port, if you will, to create and put things out into the universe. Now let's go back into these slides. I hope that answered your question. Yep, the Lionsgate Straight Panther, that's coming up in August 8/8. Yeah, so it's a very powerful time. Right now, your energy is centered. It's more extroverted because right now your body is hot and dry, being that it's summertime. So there's less water in your body. but there's actually more energy to do, more energy. This is why this is like festivals, and a lot of people do street vending, and a lot of people do festivals and things like that, outdoor sales and things like that. This is a good time. Summer is always a great time to get money. All the time is a good time to get money, but summer is all because people are out and about, people are moving, people need water, people need drinks, right? It's always a good time to get money. So this is a good time if you have something that you're working on or something you're trying to manifest. This is really a good time to do it with whatever external work that it takes to get you there, right? Not just the internal work, but the external work, actually taking the steps. This is a very good time to do that, especially in the summer. So let's go back a couple more things, and then I'm going to get y'all out of here, or I'm going to get out of here. Um, Show y'all some more tools, some things that I use. Oh, that's why. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm like, where is my? Okay, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. So we've covered this. You understand you can use this deity's energy for your financial success. Okay. Chaos Tarot. All right. Chaos Tarot. So this is another thing. Okay. So you could use Chaos Tarot for various things. I'm going to go here and let's go to that website. Actually, do I have it up here? I might. Yep, I actually do. So let's do this. So this is chaostarot.com. Again, get your screenshots up. All right. Or take a picture, write it down. All right. Chaostarot.com. This is an app. So this is how you make sigils. We done broke down what sigils are, logos, symbols, the power that they have. All right. And how they encompass energy, frequency, and vibration. Right. These are the things that they use also against you. There's times where there's hidden messages behind. There's hidden messages in movies. There's hidden messages in presidential campaigns. There's hidden messages in the store, and a lot of times it's held in sigils. It's held in logos. It's held in symbol, because the rational mind can't perceive it, right? But the subconscious mind is all. So the subconscious mind locks into it. And this is how spells get cast without you even knowing. So let's say let's put I am. You always want to start anything with I am, right? Not I want, not I should, not I need. I am financially abundant forever. All right. So this is going to be your sigil. Okay. No, all you have to do, you could download it, right? Download it to your phone, make this your screensaver. You could download it, print it out, uh, hang it on your wall, right? Maybe keep a copy in your car, right? Obviously, it looks like just a regular symbol, but it contains all the power in the universe, right? Just like the Nike symbol contains all the power in the athletic universe, right? I'm just using the Nike symbol. There's many other symbols out there, but that's something that's everybody recognizes. Or you could you could download this. And what I did is I made this my screensaver at work, right? So I didn't use these particular words, but it was something pretty close, right? And I made this my screensaver at work, right? And like I had record months in sales just by doing this, right? Also, it gives you opportunities to see things that other people won't see, you know. Again, this is about bringing you to opportunities as well. So another thing that was happening is I started noticing that, okay, like we do meetings every day at work, right? So I started noticing during the meetings, calls would come in, right? But people would just put their call on meeting mode. So Spirit's like, yo, take your thing off meeting mode put your screen off and take calls. The meeting's bullshit anyway. So I'm taking calls during the meeting, which was giving me a financial advantage. Clock out at 5, right? Or 6. I'm like, well, there's still calls coming in after clock out, right? Spirit's telling me calls still come in when everybody's clocking out. So I'm still taking calls, still able to make more money, right? So these are just different things. But not only that, I'm finding money in the streets, right? My clients that's doing that I do readings with on a regular basis, giving me more money, tipping me more money, right? Just more abundance, right? Scratch offs. I'm hitting 40, 60, 80, $100 off scratch offs, right? These different things happening, putting me in a space of financial abundance. So you can make this your screensaver on your computer at work. If you're trying to be the manager, you're trying to be a supervisor, you're trying to ascend at work, whatever the case is, you're trying to start your business, right? You got an idea, you could put this on there as well. Another thing you could do is you could, and I don't have a screen share of this, but you could place yourself where you want to be. So let's say that you want to work at a certain place. You could, what do they call it? You could Photoshop. You could Photoshop yourself where you want to live. You could Photoshop yourself at the place you want to work. You could Photoshop yourself with the type of wife, the type of husband you want to have, right? This way you're bringing energy to your intention. That's really all magic, or what they call manifestation, or the esoteric really is about. It's about bringing energy to your attention. And what we're doing is using esoteric or hidden means that are not commonly known to do that, right? This is way more powerful than prayer, right? Because prayer, there's no images except Jesus, right? There's no logos, right? This is what separates indigenous African spirituality, or forms of it, from other forms, right? Because there's signs, there's symbols, and there's deities that represent energy. This way, and the reason these deities are in a physical form are really to relate to the human, right? Because you don't need an Oshun or a Yemaya or whatever. You don't really need that physical thing to represent. Like, I don't need an Oshun to represent joy, arts, right? And what I'm saying, I'm not saying that those deities aren't valid, but hear me out. I necessarily don't need that woman in orange and yellow to represent that energy. That energy is already out there, right? The energy of joy, which Oshun represents, is out there. The energy of sexuality, which Oshun represents, is out there. The energy of passion, which what she represents, is out there. The energy of party, which is what she represents, is out there. The energy of celebration, you get what I'm saying? It's already out there. What the deity Oshun does is solidifies that into a picture form, into a logos, into a sigil, into a symbol. So now you could pour into it, and that energy that you pour into it can reflect back to you. Type 1 in the chat if I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense. Right? The universe is a reflection. The universe is a mirror of you. Everything in the place you are now is a direct reflection of you, including the money that you have, including the opportunities that you have. It is all a reflection of you. And when you have these particular deities, let's say you're working with Papa Legba, right? And you want to open some roads, right? Papa Legba's a trickster, right? There's different things that come up. Guaranteed there's going to be some energy there's going to be not only tricks, but a crossroad, right? There may be some decision that you have to make that may not be like decisions that you made in the past. Okay, that's going to get you over the hump. But we all know life has crossroads. We all know life has bumps in the road. We all know life has, where if we would have made a right turn on Albuquerque, right? Or instead of that left turn, right? If I didn't marry that bitch, right? Or if I didn't get with that girl, right? If I didn't get with that guy, I would have been here. Or if my parents did this, or if I'd have listened to my parents, right? Et cetera, et cetera. We all have crossroads in life, right? You don't need a Papa Legba necessarily to represent crossroads, because it's going to happen regardless. You're going to have joy regardless, right? You're going to have birth, which is what Yemaya represents, or set. You're going to have that regardless, right? But these things are now to focus, gives you a point of focus to manipulate and guide your intention and to cause something knowingly. That's what the deities represent. So don't get Christian with it where you're like, oh, Oshun, please give me my boo. Let me meet my boo this summer. That ain't for that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't asking somebody. You are exchanging energy. So when you give those oranges to Oshun, right? When you put a statue of Oshun up, it is to tap into that particular energy. When you're putting a statue of Ma'at or Lakshmi up, you're tapping into the energy of money, right? So you're reflecting that energy back to you. It's a way to solidify. It's a logos, it's a sigil, right? It's a symbol of that particular energy. This is not about worshiping. That's a Christian thing. We don't worship, right? It's an energy exchange. We are reflecting, we are invoking energy. It's an energy exchange. This is why you give offerings, right? So when you do this type of work, especially working with deities, you want to give offering because it's an energy exchange. And that's an energy matrix, so to speak, that's out there. It's an energy that's already in the universe. You're just solidifying it and harnessing it for that particular purpose and not diluting it with all the other energy in the universe. The energy of carpentry or the energy of baseball or the energy behind motherfucking fitness or whatever, right? You have a particular deity that's representing a particular energy of what you're trying to do or what you're focused on. So that's what something like this is about. It's a representation of you trapping that energy. All right. So Chaos Tarot is powerful. Let us continue on. So that's the website. You can tap into that. So, and these are different altars, okay? So I said this is the Shmoney Cat altar, all right, for the Shmoney. Now, if you've been in any reputable Chinese or Japanese, Korean, Asian, East Asian or West East Asian establishment, you're going to see these cats, right? And these cats are what they use for luck, what they use for abundance. All right. These are one of the things that you could get. You want to have a money altar separate from your ancestral altar. What I do, you don't have to follow me. None of these things I'm saying you have to follow me, but I'm giving you ideas of how you could tap into, and I'm again giving you things that work for me. You could get a money cat, have a money altar. You want to have a money altar separate from your ancestral altar. You can have your ancestral altar and put the tools that you're going to use for your money ritual and then transfer them to your money altar. Now, if you have limited space, then hey, that ancestral altar is your money altar. Your ancestors will understand, all right? You could use both. But if you have space, you want to have a money altar separate from your ancestral altar. But I like to put the tools, like I would put something like this. I would put this on my ancestral altar, maybe for a couple of days before I put this right on the ancestral altar, maybe before I put it on the money altar, right? First, so that my ancestors basically are blessing that altar. And you want to keep your altar refreshed with water. If you don't know how to put an altar up, it's very simple. I don't think I have to go through that. Go on YouTube, find how to build the altar. It's very, very simple. All right. And it's just a way for you to honor your ancestors. Remember, your ancestors aren't out there somewhere in the ethers, in the multiverse, swimming around. They are in your bloodline as well. Okay. As above, so below. Same thing with the deities. As above, so below. Okay. They're part of your bloodline. They are part of you. They are a reflection of you. They're a direct connection to you. All right. So your money altar, she has whoever this is. I'm saying she. I don't know if this is a woman, but this is cool. She got money. She has pennies on here. I remember ancient money was also coins, right? They didn't have dollar bills like this. All right. Ancient money was also coins. And as real as this looks, this is how some of these rappers fool y'all in these videos, because this is money is fake as hell, but it looks real as shit. I could actually probably drive and give this 100 to a gas station attendant and they wouldn't know till I drove off. And I'm sure that's happened to multiple gas station attendants, right? But I remember my sister that came over here and she was like, "Yo, you got $10,000 sitting right on your table." She didn't realize that it was fugazi. All right, and this is probably fugazi money too on this altar right here. So it looks like they have some elite shungite. They got some money oil, right? They got the coins, like I said, the pennies, right? Pennies are copper, so they're conductors of energy as well. So you want to have some pennies on your altar, right? On your money altar or somewhere close to it, all right? Or even on your ancestral altar, just because they conduct energy, all right? And she got the Chinese cats, which they use for money. So again, we're tapping into all that energy because, again, we're trying to have a focus for our energy. We want to have a focus for our money energy, all right? This is Saint Expedite, all right? Saint Expedite is used for fast money. All right, this is part of the Santeria religion, which is an occult religion. But and you see this altar, they got money right there. Okay, they got the green candles burning, red candle. This for Saint Expedite, and the green on the bottom. Again, it's just a way to harness energy. And what you do with Saint Expedite, you actually would give Saint Expedite pound cake. That's Saint Expedite's offering. Saint Expedite likes pound cake, so you put a pound cake out there. All right, and this is a Lakshmi altar. Okay, Lakshmi. Okay, this is an Indian Hindu deity, right? And you see they got an offering right here. They got the fruits, the orange and the apples. Now they don't. I'm sure they don't let the fruits rot. They probably refresh the fruits on this altar, or when they finish their conjure or their spell work, right? They dispose of the fruits, and dispose of this whole altar. It really depends on what you want to do. But they got the flowers, which represent growth, right? Because your money wants to grow. Also, I would suggest getting a money tree. Okay, it's literally called a money tree. Let me see if I can pull that up. I have one in my room. And another thing is, if you talk to your money tree about getting money, guess what? You'll be getting money. Okay, communicate to your plants. Even if you don't have a money tree, communicate to your. If you have plants, you do want to get some plants in your home if you can, if you have the space, right? But let me pull this up. Okay, but there's actually something called a money tree. All right, and this is what it looks like. Okay, it's actually a real thing. It's a money tree. Okay, show you what it looks like. And ironically, the money tree looks like sweetgrass. It braided up just like this, and I'll show you in a second. Make sure y'all can see what I'm saying. Okay, y'all can. I don't know why it's taking so long to do. Okay, so let me share this tab. So this is what a money tree, good fortune money tree. This is what it looks like. And if you look, I don't know if they have a picture here, but it's like braided, basically. It's braided. This is not really a good picture, but it's braided. Let me see if I could pull something up with images. This is actually a better picture. Just so y'all can see it, so y'all know what y'all looking for if y'all gonna cop. I saw that one for 51. You don't have to get one. Like my money tree was like probably $20. So this is what it looks like. It's actually braided just like sweetgrass, right? So you see the braids right here. So it's braided just like sweetgrass, all right? So that's how you know it's a money tree, okay? So close that. So these are some things you could do, right, to get that. Yeah, Hollow said I just swooped on a pound cake for St. Expedite. All right, see, you tapped in. You tapped in. All right, appreciate Straight Panther. Yeah, he's giving you the see you ahead of time. You ahead of time, Straight Panther. But yeah, he's right. Citrine, green, aventurine, and pyrite. These are all money crystals. So shout out to Straight Panther for coming in. Those are money crystals. Again, you can keep in your purse if you're a woman, right? Keep around your home. I have green aventurine. Actually, speaking of, since you brought this up, Straight Panther, so this is my green aventurine necklace. And if you look at some of my earlier videos, you'll see me with another odd shaped pendant that's adventurine as well. And this is obsidian for protection, but it is on the green adventurine, all right? And I'll wear this a lot of times under my shirt, depending on what I'm doing, right? Depending on where I'm going. If it's an opportunity, if I'm networking with people, if I'm going to meet somebody new, right? I usually keep this tucked under the shirt or something like that because I want the meeting to go well, right? Money is not just the financial money or the fiat money. Money is a currency, right? It's a currency that makes things go around. It's a currency that circulates. It's a currency that people use to buy and trade, to exchange, right? It's a money, it's currency though, essentially. It's currency, it's energy, it's power. So you want to have this powerful energy around you, okay? And it helps you become successful because when you're successful, there's usually money associated with that. Okay. Even if no matter what you're doing. So let's continue. But yeah, good job, Straight Panther. Good job. All right, let's get back. Give me 1 second. All right, let's go into this. So you got the Shmoney Cat altar, right? You got the Saint Expedite altar, the Lakshmi altar. So it's just some altar ideas for your money altar, all right? Simple, easy, inexpensive, okay? Don't be breaking your pockets. Don't break your pockets creating an altar, all right? Don't break your pockets doing rituals and things like that. The whole purpose of getting money is not to spend money, all right? It's not to waste money, all right? You want to save your money, okay? Or if you're not saving it, you want to invest it. Invest. And you're investing in this, yes, by doing these rituals, but don't go broke. Okay? Don't ever go broke. There's simple ways. And remember, the mind is the most powerful thing, and the heart is the second most powerful. All right? Feeling is the secret. If you feel rich and abundant, eventually it'll come to you. Let's go. So let's go into the next. So this is just some bonus stuff. I love using Rue candles. Okay. I've talked about Rue candles many times on this channel. I love Rue candles, Rue the candles. I love Rue bats. Okay. Spirit bats. Okay. If you look up Rue and Ruda, it says it's for protection. Okay. It says it's for protection from witches, it's protection from spiritual attacks. Yeah, it probably does all that. But listen, every time I've been in a jam, right, according with all these things I've showed you, I keep a Rue candle lit. Okay, I keep a Rue candle going every once in a while, at least once or twice a month. I'll light a Rue candle and put it on my altar, on the jump, on my ancestral altar, just because A, it smells good, and B, it's work. It's work for me. Now, most people would say, "Oh, this ain't for money. Oh, it's not for my finances. Oh, it's not for abundance." And maybe it is all the other things I'm doing, right? That's adding to it that I've shown you here. However, the more the merrier, right? The more the merrier. The more abundance, I am abundant, right? And money comes to me easy. That's my affirmation. So I want to keep that energy flowing because money constantly flows. So I want to keep that energy flowing, not stagnant. All right. Another thing is a horseshoe. All right. Now, some people say different things about horseshoes, right? Turn them down, turn them up. I have my horseshoes up, okay? I have a horseshoe literally right behind me, okay? It's up above my door to enter this room, okay? Anybody who comes in this room is going to pass by my horseshoe, okay? Horseshoe is used for good luck, okay? Horseshoe is used for success and abundance, right? It's literally the spirit of a horse. Now, a horse is not something that you just get on and ride, right? If you've ever tried to ride a horse, the horse got to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? The horse got to like your energy. If you go on a horse all scared and nervous and shook, I learned this in Texas, right? If you go on a horse all scared and nervous and shook, that horse is going to knock you off. It's going to start bucking, right? It's going to be wild, right? It's going to go crazy. You got to go calm and collected and relaxed, right? And then the horse will let a horse will let you ride him or her. Okay, so this particular energy of the horseshoe is really just about luck, abundance, and protection. Again, it's something you want to hide. You hang above your doors. You could do it in front of the door to come in your house. You could do it in front of your room door where your altar is, your living room. Put it on every door. Shit. again, it works. Okay. And this is on the right, 7-day candle. Okay. 7-day candle. Pretty much heal yourself, heal all your chakras. Great candle to have for today, or get sometime between this window of the 777 window, the 77 portal, from now until the 25th of this month. So you could tap into this particular energy, healing the 7 chakras, right? There's 7 continents, there's 7 days of the week. In the Bible, it said God rested on the 7th, right? There's what else? 7 continents, 7 seas, 7 primary colors, 7 primary musical tones, right? The list goes on. So 7 is just a number of completion. It's a number of God, right? It's a number of power. So the 7 chakra candle is another powerful thing, because if you're not right within, how can you stay focused, right, on what you need to do to get the money, on what you need to do to make money manifest, right? So you need to be healing eternally. And now is a great time. I have a bonus up here, frankincense and myrrh, right? Frankincense and myrrh, when they came to the Christ in the Bible, and again, the Bible is a book not to be taken literally. The Bible is a book of symbolism. So anyone taking the Bible literally, thinking like Moses parted the sea and walked across, and that Jonah lived in a whale for 3 days, you know, Jesus walked on water, right? All these super mystical, magical things. Well, this is why you guys believe in some of the things you do, okay? Because you don't know how to interpret symbolism, right? And allegory. The Bible is a book of symbolism and allegory, and you're supposed to decode the Bible, not read it straight and take everything literally. So, but one of the things to decode is that Jesus, which went to Egypt, which should be a clue right there. Jesus hid in Egypt. This is in the Bible, all right? So Jesus was among your great ancestors. I know, you come from America, I get it. But before America, all right? Your great ancestors in Africa, in Egypt. I know Egypt's in America. I know. I got it. That's not true, but I understand what they tell you. But in Egypt, in Kemet, when great way back, right? You have that's where Jesus was, in Kemet. He was in Egypt. So they brought him frankincense and myrrh. So frankincense and myrrh is just a powerful combination of herbs. This is what you call dressing, how you dress a candle. So I like to put frankincense and myrrh in my Ruder candles. I will put one in the 7-day candle too. These are also money herbs: myrrh, right? Cinnamon, nutmeg, bay leaf, right? Even sugar, brown sugar, right? You could put in a candle, right? All these things help bring you money. If you're looking for fast money, you might want to put coffee as well, all right? Also, coffee works well with Saint Expedite candles as well, all right, for fast money. You don't want to abuse these deities, you know what I'm saying? Use them and misuse them. Again, you want to keep this energy flowing. You don't want to just go to these things when you need them. You want to keep this energy flowing in your life and in your home. And last but not least, Straight Panthers going in. Yeah. Jade and Tiger's Eye, right. Emerald. Yeah, you on it. Rue and Rue Oil. Bayberry is one. Yep. Clove. Yep. Straight Panthers going in. It's Cayenne too. Yeah, Straight Panther knows what's up. All right. So yeah, all the above. Just giving you things that I use. And of course, there's always more. So you want to do your own research. Now, when you're getting this money, you got to be careful. All right. Remember the saints that they gave y'all on TV. Okay. Franklin and Jamie. Franklin Saint and Jamie Saint Patrick. Okay. They want to give y'all these as your deities. Okay. These are supposed to be your saints. The drug dealer, the dope boy, right? The street hustler. This is what they want you to focus on as a way of getting money. They're actually making these orishas on the low by calling them saints. There's literally, again, a magical spiritual philosophy or religion called Saint Teria or Santeria, which deals with saints. Okay? But the streets are dead right now. Okay? If I say Walmart 3 times around my cell phone and I go on my cell phone, I'm going to get an ad for Walmart. It's probably going to have happen once I get off this live and go on the phone. I'm going to get an ad for Walmart. These phones hear everything. If you do a crime, these phones track everything. These cell phones are pinging off of everywhere and everything. Okay? There's cameras everywhere. It ain't like when I was growing up and back in my day. That's the OGs say, right? Back in my day. But before all these cell phones and these cameras and all these things, you could get away with crimes. You could get away from catching bodies. A lot of people caught bodies in the 80s, 70s, 90s. Nobody knows, and they'll never get caught because the technology wasn't there. There's no proof. Possession is 9/10 of the law. So there's no proof. There's no way to tie them to it. But now, with all this technology, all these cameras, these cell phones, these smart TVs, they could see what you're doing, know what you're doing, sometimes before you even do it. The feds already got the case ready ready and waiting to go. You know what I'm saying? They just waiting to tie it up and make it solid so they could give you the most time and see how much they could make off of it or how much they could get. Wait for you to stack up a certain amount of money so that they could not garnish it, but take it, right, and use it for their benefit. So be careful if you are out in these streets right now hustling. I'm saying this because I was a dope boy back in the day, right? And I didn't know or I didn't think there was any other way of getting money, right? But you have the internet, you have the computer, right? You have many, many ways of getting money besides the streets, right? Use these rituals and use these techniques that I'm giving you to come up with ideas, and these ideas and opportunities will be downloaded to you. Capitalize on them. Be willing to take a risk, be willing to take a risk, but don't look at these guys as your saints, right? These black is no coincidences that these two melanated characters that are very popular, that are both named Saint, Franklin Saint, Jamie St. Patrick's, are both drug dealers and both showing you, and you see their how it looks in the movie, how it looks in their series, how it ended for both of them, right? So when you're coming to this space, or when you want to get money, or where you're trying to get paid and things like that, you want to come into a space where what are you going to use it for, right? Are you using it for your family, or if you're using it just to ball and stunt and impress people, then that's not really, it's going to take longer for you to get what you're looking for. It's going to take longer for you to get those finances. But if you're going to use it in order to be a better version of yourself, to invoke and be a vessel of the divine, be a vessel of your ancestors, then it will work for you. You know what I'm saying? And remember, money, you have to, money just doesn't keep coming. You have to invest in something, whether it's real estate, whether it's starting a business, whether it's starting a YouTube, whether it's writing something, right? Whatever. Stock market, right? Investing in stocks is a great way to make money. Learning how to do options and trade, right? And yes, as Rosalia said, it's important to heal your mindset about abundance while doing rituals, because the money may be blocked by your own beliefs. Yes, that's the first and foremost thing. And she's absolutely right. You have to have the mindset that you are supposed to be wealthy, that you are supposed to be abundant, that the best things in life are supposed to come to you, that you're supposed to be financially straight. When I was younger, I used to have dreams about being wealthy and being in certain environments. And I'd wake up and be like, nah, this can't be. You know what I'm saying? This ain't my real life. Like, this is not the way life is supposed to go. And slowly but surely, changing my mindset around money, changing my mindset about financial abundance changed everything. And last but not least, financial literacy is important, y'all, right? Knowing what stocks are, knowing what real estate is, knowing about investments, knowing what CPI data is, understanding the way currency moves, understanding what's going on overseas and overseas markets. You don't have to be fully immersed, because I'm not fully immersed, but you want to have basic financial literacy, debit, credit, right? Crypto, how these things work, how these things are moving, how the money in your environment is moving, right? You don't want to leave it to chance, and you don't want to demonize. Don't hate rich people. Don't hate rich people that are financially successful. Don't hate the successful, because you'll never become one. Don't hate the rich, because you'll never become them. Don't hate the wealthy, because you'll never become them. Again, you're trying to invoke that type of energy into your life. And it's going to take time. It's going to take a step-by-step process. And you're going to have to put in physical work. Yes, doing all these things, again, will provide you opportunities. But the money is not going to fall in your lap. You're going to have to put in work. You're going to have to put in time. You're going to have to sacrifice some things. You're going to have to sacrifice that expensive ass trip that you, or those expensive ass Jordans, or that expensive ass purse, or those expensive ass shoes. You're going to have to sacrifice those things. And those things, you're going to flip that money and invest it in things that make more money. And that's how you keep money, by investing in things that make more money. I like the stock market. I like stock options, right? If I invest in the stock market, yes, you could lose money. You could lose your shirt in the stock market if you don't know what you're doing, but you'll never know what you're doing if you don't try, right? You'll never know what you're doing. Today, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I shouldn't tell y'all this. Today, I made $700 today, right, in the stock market. Wednesday, I made about $400 in the stock market. All right. I wouldn't know until I tried, right? And this is the way things are going. But guess what? Once I started tapping into Ajay Shaluga, right, and these type of things started coming into mind, and I started making more money, and I have more money to invest. So the more money that I have now, I have more money to invest. I'm not saying this to stun on y'all, right? I'm not saying this to make anybody feel bad or I'm better than you or anything like that. I once was you. I once was broke. I once was homeless. I once was selling dope, right? I once was doing stick ups and robberies, right? I once didn't know how to get money, didn't know where I was going to get the next dollar, right? But you have to put yourself in a frequency and a vibration to get there. And and then the ideas start to flow. You know, if you take these steps, right? What the Christians say, if you take 2 steps to God, God takes 2 steps to you. It's the same thing with deities. It's the same thing with nature spirits, right? Same thing with saints. All these things that I'm showing you. If you take the time to tap into the energy and to keep it flowing, I promise you, and I'm telling you this from my own experience. I'm not telling you some shit that I read in the book. Well, maybe some of the stuff I did read in the book, but I actually put in the work, right? I did it. I didn't just read it and say, oh, this is great. Let me regurgitate it on YouTube. No, I'm telling you shit that came to me that I said, oh, let's do this. Let's try this. And let me see if it works. And lo and behold, it's working. All right. So that's all I got. It's 2 hours. I didn't expect to be this long. That's all I got for y'all. If y'all got any questions, drop it. But the mindset, like Rosalia said, is the most important. You want to have the mindset first and foremost. Everything starts with the mindset. Everything starts in the mind. And if you don't believe it can happen, if you don't believe you're supposed to be wealthy, then what's the purpose of being spiritual? Being spiritual and poor, we always say that the evil people have the riches and the evil people have the money, right? But what if you had it? What if you had it? What if you came up with the brightest and the best new idea? What if you inspired your kids by doing this and having this in your home, and your kids don't know, but all of a sudden they have a great idea, right? I'm gonna give you some game real quick. Game. The future is now, right? AI is taking over. You could complain about AI. This is some investment. It's not financial advice, but investment advice. You could complain about AI. You could complain about electric vehicles. You could complain about what's happening in the future, or you can invest in it, or you can learn about it, right? These are ways to make money, right? You have a skill set. You could teach. You could write a an ebook. You could create a course. You could create a YouTube channel, right? You could do classes. You could sell there's all sorts of things you could do with this internet, man, if you use it properly and if you tap into the energy, frequency, and vibration of what you want. Stop distracting yourself. Stop being involved in bullshit that doesn't pay the bills, like the fucking aliens. Do what you want to do. I'm telling you, the aliens ain't gonna pay your bills. If they come down here and your mind isn't right and your energy isn't right, now this is pretty much, I'm not really going deep, and I'm talking about spirituality, esoteric, and the occult, but this is not really where we're talking about those type of things. This is really a financial video, but not financial advice, right? But there are many things you could do and learn to make money. You just have to be in the mindset of that it's going to happen. And you just have to tap into your internal talent, your natural born talent, and your natural born purpose. And these things will start to come. Your ancestors don't want you to be broke and struggling. They were broken, struggling. They want to see you do well. They want to see you take your dream trip. They want to see you have your dream home. They want to see you have your dream lady. And guess what? When you're doing these type of rituals and things like that, your boo will come. Your boo will come. Maybe your boos will come, right? Your lovers will come. Your soulmate will come, right? Because you're in the energy of abundance. These things have to happen, right? And there may be a spot of a space where there's loneliness and you don't have anybody right now, right? But keep telling yourself, keep yourself in the vibration of abundance. And when it's time and when you're ready, it will come to you. I promise you. You will find that special someone. You will find that person that you're supposed to be with, that divine partner. And you will be able to support them if you're a man, right? Or you'll be able to at least contribute, right? It won't be the broke person in the relationship. Because we all need finance, right? We all need finances. That's how the world turns. And without that, then there's really no purpose, right? But you have to tap into your talent and your essence. And with that being said, thank you guys for tapping in with me. It's my first video back from a long time. So forgive me if I sound like I'm stumbling and bumbling. But as I continue to come back, I will be better and more articulate and things like that. Tired today, but it doesn't matter. I still want to deliver this gem. Hopefully it helps you. Hopefully it helps someone. Try to implement some of these things. If not one, take action. Don't just watch this video and be like, oh, this is great, right? This is great knowledge. And you regurgitate it. No, take action. Do some of these things that I showed you. Like Philip Boone says, action, act, act. Get that money because it's out there. It's out there. All right. And figure out what channel that money is going to come through. Whether it's the job with a better position, high paying, new job, a business, hobby that you need to put out and take a risk. Take risk, all right? That is part, tap into your Ogun and take a risk, okay? Go to war with the part of yourself. Everybody thinks Ogun is about external war. What about the internal war with the demons inside you, with the weaknesses inside you? So tap into that Ogun energy, right? Tap into that Ogun energy on Tuesday at Mars or anytime during the planetary hours, which I showed you earlier, right? Tap into that Ogun energy and go to war with that weakness within yourself. All right? Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for being with me on a Friday night. Peace, power, and prosperity. Much success and abundance to you. I'm out. And hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that share button. More coming soon. More videos coming. I got y'all. Peace. We back.